not a huge amount of time until the big ride now. Breakdown for those who are just learning about it, the distances you're planning to do, the schedule. Obviously, starting from Leeds, heading down 1,100 miles down to Nice. It'll be a beautiful route, but there's a few lumps in the way.
Yeah, so we're aiming to do it in 7.5 days. It's a pretty tight schedule because all the accommodation's booked at each step.
Because you're committed.
Yes, committed. That's right. So day one, we're going to be leaving from the Leeds Bradford Airport runway. Leeds Bradford Airport kindly allowed us to start from their runway, but we've got to be there at 4 a.m. So we're clear before the planes start coming down. So we're from Leeds Bradford down to near Cambridge, a place called St. Neots, which is 170 miles roughly for the first day. It's a fairly flat day, so should be a good, fairly fast pace. The second day we're going from St. Neots, then we're going down to the south coast to Dover. That's roughly 130 miles. And then at the end of day 2, we'll go across on the ferry to Calais, stay in Calais the night. Day 3, we're going from Calais to a place called Gubbio, which is near Chantilly. We were stopping at Paris-Beauvais Airport up the way for what we call a courtesy stop. Excellent partner of ours in business, in the Enjoy Travel business. So then their COO, guy called Edo Friat, is going to join us for the last 30 miles between Beauvais and Chantilly, which is you'll be pleased, Edo is mostly downhill.
Have they got mushy peas?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. They might have.
Mushy peas?
Is that in Keswick?
Just before Keswick, yeah. Just before.
Or gravy?
It's all in the email that everybody's obviously read. That's why you keep asking me questions that were in the email. Day 4, we're then going on to Chablis, is around 140 miles. Day 5, roughly another 140 miles to Macon. And then day 6, we're cutting a tiny bit short, so 120, so we can get to Grenoble at the beginning of the Alps, or Grenoble, sorry. Beginning of the Alps. And then the final day, we're going to have a little lie-in and a big breakfast, maybe a leg massage, and then we're going to head up into the Alps. And we're going to cross the Alps at 200 miles through the night and come into Nice the next morning. And that is where we'll go over the highest road in Europe, which is called de la Bonnette, the highest pass. And the aim, if everything goes to plan, will be that we get to the bottom of that for midnight, stop and have a bit of food, and then start going up through the night in the darkness. And we want to get to the top of the col for the sunrise at 5 a.m., which I think will be a real inspiring emotional view, the very highest point, almost at the finish, see the sunrise come up in the mountains, and then we've got a final descent of 12,000 feet and 75 miles into Nice for the finish line.
That's a massive, massive finish. I'm really looking forward to starting and finishing the ride with you. That first day, as you say, 170 miles is not to be sniffed at, but it's relatively flat. But the real joy for me is getting to France. It's just such a great cycling culture over there. Beautiful if the sun is shining. But that final push through the night, I mean, with all the ultra endurance stuff I've done, I've always loved the night riding, when everyone else is asleep, what we call the graveyard shift. It's always psychologically tough. The circadian rhythms as you start to feel pretty sleepy on the bike and you're having to look after each other. But it's always worth it. That's when the real memories are made. Anyone can ride well at midday. Can you ride well at midnight? Mm-hmm. And there's just a sense of mischief about that. I love that final push over the mountains, and the ride down into Nice should be absolutely, absolutely glorious. Yeah. That's the reward.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit about the charity and the fundraising so far.
So we're supporting two charities. Number one is Alzheimer's Society, and the second one is called Candlelighters, which is a charity in Leeds that supports the families and children who have childhood cancer. Something very sad and difficult that I hope we never personally encounter in any of our families here. And we've raised so far just over our target, which was £50,000. So we're above 100% of our target and still rising. We have collected a bit offline as well. There's a few more thousand that we've collected offline that's not showing yet. So we're well above our target. We'd like to continue raising more. And did you want to say anything about the Candlelighters? You're closely involved.
Yeah, Candlelighters we've supported now for a number of years on a number of challenges. One of our team, unfortunately, was touched with childhood cancer as a child, so massively affected the team, and the team rallied and supported and have raised money and have built a relationship with a charity, based in Leeds, where we're all from. We were there the other week and seeing the amazing work that they do in the hospitals and putting families up that have got to go to hospital and spend days there with the child. So yeah, it's an emotional thing, and that definitely is.